Xiao Xiao, the daughter of Xiao Yan and Kai Lin, is destined to become a true sensation. Her talent will shock all the surrounding experts. Even Master Yao Lao expressed his desire to teach her alchemy. And that's not surprising. To be born with the power of an ancestor is not something you see every day. You might ask, when will Master Yao Lao meet Xiao Xiao, who will become like a granddaughter to him? In fact, very soon. After the events involving the Yen Alliance, once all the enemies were dealt with, Xiao Yan returned to the Falling Star Pavilion, but not alone. He brought along Queen Medusa, now officially his wife, and their daughter Xiao Xiao. It was a highly anticipated event. What would Yao Lao's meeting with Xiao Yan's family be like? The Falling Star Pavilion had already been connected to the Jiama Empire via a wormhole personally created by Yao Lao. This shortcut provided reliable support for the Yen Alliance. Xiao Yan chose not to announce the existence of the spatial tunnel to the public. Otherwise, problems might arise in the future, since the tunnel linked the Central Plains with the northwestern region of the continent. Many would feel true envy. So this is the wormhole. Kai Lin's people looked with curiosity at the black vortex, as it was their first time encountering such a thing. In their region, spatial portals were extremely rare. Xiao Yan smiled and nodded. Behind him stood Xiao Yixian, Qing Lin, and the venerable Yao Tianhua. Having resolved the issue with the Spirit Lion faction, the invited experts soon returned. Big brother, second brother, we're leaving now. If anything happens, you can send someone to the Falling Star Pavilion, said Xiao Yan to his brothers with a smile. They nodded and replied, Got it. Take care of yourself. Xiao Yan clasped his hands in farewell, smiled, and was the first to step into the wormhole, disappearing instantly. Kai Lin followed right behind him, holding little Xiao Xiao in her arms. The others followed as well. Their arrival at the Falling Star Pavilion caused quite a stir. But the most touching moment was Yao Lao's meeting with Xiao Yan's daughter, Xiao Xiao. She is your daughter? Yao Lao looked at the little girl in a white dress. She was hugging Xiao Yan's leg and stared at the old man with big black eyes. Yao Lao's face froze in astonishment. Xiao Yan nodded. He remembered that during Kai Lin's pregnancy, Yao Lao had been captured by the Hall of Souls and thus knew nothing about what had happened. Xiao Yan briefly explained everything to him. Unexpected. Truly unexpected. Even with his usual calm nature, Yao Lao shook his head in surprise after hearing the story. Glancing at Kai Lin, he said, She truly hated you back in the day. If it weren't for me, she probably would have killed you long ago. Kai Lin immediately blushed. In the past, she had fought Yao Lao several times, but hadn't expected him to be so powerful, though back then, he barely managed to hold his own against her. As a soul, Yao Lao had been at the mid-level of 4 to 5-star ancestor. But now, he was a true half-saint, Ban Sheng. Kai Lin, being at the 5-star Do Zun level, understood this difference in power very well. Xiao Xiao, go greet the great teacher, Kai Lin gently said, patting her daughter on the head. The little girl blinked her eyes. She looked uncertainly at Xiao Yan, and seeing his smile, nodded and softly said, Great teacher. Upon hearing the girl's tiny voice, Yao Lao smiled joyfully. He had never had children of his own, but treated Xiao Yan as a son. Given the situation, he now saw Xiao Xiao as a granddaughter. Regardless of one's strength, it's hard not to feel softness toward a child. Yao Lao approached her and gently cupped her cheeks in his hands, then patted her on the head and said happily, What a powerful spiritual force. She has a natural affinity with the fire element, mixed with wood. I can say with confidence, she will definitely become an alchemist. Xiao Yan smiled at those words. He had already sensed Xiao Xiao's alchemical potential. Her current abilities far exceeded his own at her age, and if nurtured properly, her future potential was immeasurable. Her spiritual force is far greater than yours when I first met you. On top of that, her physique and foundations are much better than yours. If she is raised correctly, she will definitely surpass you one day, Yao Lao said excitedly, his eyes shining just like when he first encountered Xiao Yan. Xiao Yan smiled as he listened. Talent and physique were important, yes, but true achievement came from perseverance. He hadn't reached his current level relying only on talent. He had pushed through countless life and death situations, so many that he could no longer count. A true expert relies not only on talent, but also on determination. Yao Lao continued examining Xiao Xiao, pressing lightly on her wrist. At one point, he pressed a bit too hard, and Xiao Xiao showed her displeasure, making everyone laugh. "Why don't I train her myself?" Yao Lao finally asked Xiao Yan after completing his assessment, without the slightest hesitation. Even he could not resist such a perfect student. Xiao Yan smiled and nodded. He had brought Xiao Xiao to the Falling Star Pavilion exactly so she could train under Yao Lao's guidance. Of everyone he knew, no one could compare to his master in alchemy. Yao Lao's knowledge and experience were invaluable. He was the perfect teacher for his daughter. Xiao Yan understood that even though Xiao Xiao had outstanding talent, talent alone wouldn't be enough to attract Yao Lao's attention. What truly touched Yao Lao was that he genuinely viewed the girl as his granddaughter and wished to raise her properly. That warmed Xiao Yan's heart. "She just traveled through a wormhole with you. Let her rest for now," Yao Lao said, gently stroking her head before reluctantly handing her back to Kai Lin. Queen Medusa, their daughter, and the others left Xiao Yan and Yao Lao alone, knowing that the teacher and disciple had something important to discuss. Yao Lao said, "Boy, you fathered a fine daughter, but the fact that you ended up with Queen Medusa, that caught me off guard." Xiao Yan spread his hands. His relationship with Kai Lin had been complicated. Who would have thought that Queen Medusa, who had pursued him for years trying to kill him, would eventually become his wife? Yao Lao had already heard about the Yen Alliance's victory and the results of that battle. Since the Hall of Souls had sent 2 Tianzins, it was no joke. But this time, they had suffered a heavy loss. The 9th Tianzuan was killed, and the 4th severely wounded. The Hall of Souls never acts without purpose. They had always been mysterious and unpredictable, clearly following a plan to collect souls. Yao Lao informed him that war had broken out in several regions of the continent. But now, only half a month remained until the start of the Spatial Trade Fair, the very same event where the final piece of the Purifying Lotus Flame map would appear. As we can see, the story ahead will be full of exciting developments. Xiao Yan's growth is far from over. His next goal, a new heavenly flame. Thank you for watching. Let us know in the comments. Do you agree that Yao Lao would be the best teacher for Xiao Xiao? Will she truly surpass Xiao Yan one day? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and see you next time.